You can ask me some questions if you'd like. Career Day is coming up. It's not you guys, it's alumni. It's a great event. We're excited about Career Day. It's November 24th. This half day this year, the day before Thanksgiving, which is new. Teachers are required to be here for PD. You can't hear me? Okay. I can use the mic. Okay, so half-day PD on November 25th, that's new, so students will be released at 12:04 that day. They'll be dismissed for Thanksgiving break. School will be closed at 26th and 27th. Our CHA's Central High School winter concert will be the 22nd of December. See that? It's on my list. Mr. Blazer here. If you haven't been to a concert, a spring or a winter concert, you should come out. The winter concert's great. And our kids are just incredible, so just a plug for the music program. Parent-teacher conferences will be December 2nd and 3rd. The 2nd, we will have afternoon conferences and a night conference. That will begin, I believe, 5:30 to 7:30, and then the next day is in the afternoon. So there'll be 3 different opportunities for you to come in and meet with teachers about first quarter grades. Some great news about athletics. Our boys cross country team won the Public League Championship. Our golf team won the Public League Championship. Our girls' tennis team won the District 12 championship for the 2nd year in a row, which is big. It means we beat all the private schools in tennis, which is wonderful. And our girls' soccer and volleyball team were runners-up. They made it to the finals. They did great years. Girls' volleyball was undefeated until the championship game, so athletics is doing very well. Boys' soccer did very well. They made it to the semifinals of the Public League, and football's having a decent year. It's a young team. We don't have much size on the offensive defensive line, but well-coached team. The coaches love the team. They really play hard every single game. So football, hopefully we can have a good showing on Thanksgiving Day against Northeast High School.
Field hockey made it to the semis too.
Our field hockey coach is here. I always forget someone. That's why I hate doing this, because I always forget one. Thanks, Ms. Haskins.
No problem.
Great job. Midterms will be February 2nd through the 5th. They will be half days for the students. They will come in, they'll take their midterms, 2 midterms a day, except the Friday the 5th, they'll take 7th period, and then after that they'll have makeups if they miss any during that week. Please don't plan vacations that week. We deal with that sometimes. LaSalle University, I just want to let you know, I had breakfast with the new president of LaSalle. She invited me over to come over and meet with her, and we talked about what we do with them now, the partnership, and how she wants to expand that. She wants to come in and actually speak with parents later in the year, and she wants to talk about stress and what your children will deal with as they transition from high school to college. She's got a freshman, her son is actually a freshman at LaSalle. She's got a daughter in high school, and she's really a terrific person. She wants to come over and speak. Also, she's connected us with their financial aid team, and they're going to come over and do some presentations this year. So LaSalle is really interested in being a good neighbor. I told her how we use their facilities for the AP and IB testing, and how we use their facilities for athletic, luncheon, but they want to expand that. So I think it's a good fit for us. So we're excited about that. And hopefully, I asked if we can get some more students over there for dual enrollment. So right now we have 4 students taking classes there. We want to expand that as well. So it was nice to meet her, and I really see her as an asset to LaSalle and to Central. Admissions and shadowing, just to give you a heads up, we went down to the high school fair. We gave out 8,000 flyers. I can't believe it. Every flyer we printed around the school was taken by prospective students and families. Now there were 7th grade students there as well, but 8,000 flyers were given out. Shadowing, we're up to about 600 students that have shadowed a day here. We're going to end that program soon because applications are due the 13th of November. I should get the data early. They're telling me November 21st. I don't know if they can clean it up that quick and get it in my hands. I hope they can, because then I have till January 11th to make decisions for next year. So we're expecting, again, 4,500 to 5,000 applications for our 600 seats. So I'm excited and I'm not excited because I know what's coming with that. It's a lot of time. Our team does an incredible job of reviewing everything. So that will begin, and that's what I'll be doing during winter recess. Last thing I'll tell you about is a development update. So I had spoken last time about development where we are. Today I met with the Chief Operating Officer of the School District of Philadelphia, Fran Burns, and I also met with Danielle Floyd, who is the Executive Director of Capital Programs. I let them know where we are in the process. I brought some people from Becker Frondorf that are supporting us with project management. And they were open to what we're doing. You know, we're trying to find out if the alumni can raise basically $20 million to do the upgrades that we want to do in the school. After they realized I wasn't asking them for money, they were very pleasant and said, you can do whatever you need to do. We're on board. But it was a great meeting. We wanted them to know what we're planning. You know, as we go out and start talking to architects, that stuff gets around circles quickly, and we don't want the COO to hear that we're speaking with architectural firms if she's not in the loop. So basically it was a meeting to get them in the loop. This Friday I will be going out with the donor who pledged the large sum of money and some other members of the team that we're working with to look at some of the architectural designs in the building, in the city right now. So we're looking at Fringe Arts down on Columbus Boulevard. There's the new Performing Arts Center. We're also going to look at Kensington Kappa, which is a performing arts high school. It's the last one that was built in the city. We're going to go see Penn Charter. Next, on the 20th of November, we're going to go see Penn Charter's new Performing Arts Center. And then finally, Wissahickon Charter School just built a new school. We're going to go take a look at the architectural design there. So we're out, we're looking, and we're still moving forward with our plans there. Questions?
Repeat when the parent-teacher conferences are again?
December 2nd, and that's afternoon and an evening session, and December 3rd is an afternoon session. Yes?
Can you just say a little bit more about how those work?
How the parent-teacher conferences? Basically, you come in, we just have the teachers will be in the room primarily where they are. If they're a teacher that floats, we'll make sure that you know where they are. We'll have a contact sheet, so they'll have a home base, and we'll let you know where the teacher will be. So we do have some teachers that float 3, 4, or 5 rooms. So they'll be in one room so you can find them. Okay.
No appointments.
No, you just go. Yeah, you just go and go find them. Yes?
State budget issues? Yeah, we were central. I know that teachers are already talking to students.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know what's going on. We have people that we elect to govern and they don't seem to want to govern. Last week at the Hall of Fame dinner, our Alumni Hall of Fame dinner was last Thursday night. It was a great event. Jim Roebuck, who is state rep, graduate, you know, I approached him and said, what's going on? Are we working, or what's you know, he usually gives me insight. And he said, there's no leadership. There's nobody like Vince Fumo used to grab people by the collar and get them in a back room and they make a deal. There's nobody up there like that anymore. And it seems like the Republicans are on one side and the Democrats are on another. So they borrowed $250 million into $125 million chunks, and then they also said that they're going to move $40 million from capital projects. So that's $290 million. That's 29 days based on what they told us. It's about $10 million a day. So I believe that they're trying to get us to a winter recess. After that, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I think they're going to have to close schools. You know, there's about 30 school districts running in the negative right now in the state of Pennsylvania. So it's not just here. But that's based on the math. It's 29 days from when they borrowed that $250 million. So I really don't know what's going to happen with that. You know, as a parent with a child in the 2nd grade public school right now, I'm very concerned about what's going on. But I don't have any more insight than you do. And I try to move away from reading about it because I was getting frustrated, but now I'm going back to reading it. And I heard yesterday, I read that Governor Wolf said that they're starting to move beyond partisanship, whatever that means. Yes?
The parent-teacher conference, you said that's in the evening, the 2nd and the 3rd?
No, just the 2nd. On December 2nd, we'll have an afternoon right after school, and then that night. And then the next day, on the 3rd, we just have it after school for 2 hours, from 1 to 3. So it's 3 different sessions.
So and the kids have a half day, you're saying?
Correct, both days are half days for students, yes.
Oh, so that was for me.
Yes, it's afternoon sessions. That's what I meant, I'm sorry. Any other questions?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
In reference to the roster changes, will if your child receive new teachers, will the new teacher and the old teacher coincide as far as their grade?
Yes, that's a great question. Sorry I didn't bring that up. We had to make roster changes because we added a new math teacher. We're really excited to have Akil Parker on our staff. He's a graduate of Baltimore Polytech, which is the central of Baltimore. Guy is sharp. We actually recruited him out of a charter school, so he came here. Started this week. So we had to make changes to the roster, a lot of changes. More than we wanted to make, but we needed to make them to get our class size at the level, what's going on in classes. But the question was around grades. So if your child got a new teacher, we already have it collated between every teacher, new and old, knows who is going where, and grades will automatically follow your child.
Okay.
So the work that they've done will be part of the grade.
No, what if they haven't updated?
What's that?
What if the old teacher?
Well, that's what, we have a transition period where they're gonna have to update it. We've already met with department chairs, so it will happen,
Okay.
yeah. And if you're having issues with that, email me or an assistant principal with the headline. Have I been on the teachers about updating grades? I have 2 teachers here, they can, I say communication is key with parents. We don't want surprises, so if a child is struggling, they need to know. You need to know so you can tell us so we can put supports in place. Any other questions? All right,
Question.
yes?
On the check-in in the morning, if you get a message saying that your child was late to school, is that accurate? Very accurate?
Well, it's a computerized system. It doesn't usually make mistakes. It says that your child's late?
Right, it said
Okay.
that she was late on Monday, and the only thing I have to go on is the fact
If you
that
call,
she was-
if you call in, you can check with Miss Flowers. She can go online. It's because it's a computer-based system. So when students walk in, their IDs, they put it on a machine and it beeps, and it says that whatever time it beeps, that's what time it's recorded as they're in the building. So Miss Flowers is our expert. She does all of the attendance for us. So if you ever have an issue with that, you can call the main office and ask for her. Her name is Rochelle Flowers. She's great. She'll help you out. Yes.
Our child was marked absent on Monday, so
Right.
maybe it was something going on.
Right, it could have been. It's a computer system, so it's not perfect. But we can easily remedy that. If your child was here on time, we can always, it's a couple clicks of the buttons and it's fixed. Today, I didn't even turn the late, because there was an issue with the subway. We didn't even turn the late bell on. So basically, if your child comes in late, they'll beep in, they'll get a late slip that they can give to their advisor, saying that they got in the building late. We do that because we want to know between, some students will buzz in, go to their locker, and not go to advisor until later. The students with the late pass are excused, so.
Can you update substitute teachers?
Substitute teachers a mess. I mean, honestly, we have enough issues with the school district of Philadelphia, and the cause this issue is just, it's really, I shake my head on this one. We've been getting some substitutes. We have a teacher out who's dealing with a parent illness, and we did get a sub for the next 3 days to cover her classes, but it's inconsistent at best, so it's a struggle. But the teachers cover each other, and that's how we've been handling the situation. So the department chairs, in the morning, they create a schedule, so teachers that are in the department will cover classes. So it's so you don't have a Spanish teacher covering a math. So we want to continue instruction as much as we can. So that's how we've been doing it in-house. Yes?
This is really bad around the city. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a 5% success rate.
My wife is a principal in a public school in the city of Philadelphia, and she has not gotten one substitute teacher this year.
So what can parents do? I mean, there's a $34 million contract, which clearly they're not fulfilling the terms of their contract even remotely.
Right.
Don't we have any way to tell the district to cancel
Yeah,
this
I think if you
contract?
call the superintendent's office and complain about lack of substitute service is I think that sends a message. Now, I'll get a phone call after that, but usually get your parents, what's going on. But as a parent, I would, you're entitled to call anyone you want to call. I mean, I would call Dr. Height's office if you really have a complaint, or the chief academic officer. You can call their office and say, I'm concerned about my child, and it's definitely a concern for us. You have teachers that have larger class sizes than in years past because the budgets have been cut, and then you're piling on top of that, having them do extra workload. I mean, the one teacher who's out right now, her father is very, very sick. So it's a legitimate reason. Things happen in life, and we want to support her. But that, even just last year, we would have a substitute teacher for that class, and now you don't. So colleagues have to take up the extra time, and they're already working with larger class sizes. It's a very difficult situation. So I don't know what that contract looks like. I can't believe the private company hasn't walked away from it, quite frankly, because it's so poor. I mean, they're saying there's 20% fill rate right now in the city. 20%. They promised 75 by the end of October and 90 by January. So, I mean, statistically, I don't even think that can happen.
And what is the name of that company? Do you know?
Source for Teachers. They're based out of Cherry Hill.
It was the district that hired them, so it's the
Correct.
district's responsibility.
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree. It was a district decision. They went out, they saw a 60% fill rate on a normal day. Last year, Central was always 100% because people want to be here. But some schools couldn't get subs, so they decided they were going to fix the situation. And it's really backfired, in my opinion. So, at some point, Dr. Height has said it over and over, what I've read, that he's frustrated and his patience are going to run out. Well, a lot of people with boots on the ground in buildings, their patience ran out a couple weeks ago. So hopefully some changes are going to be made soon. I can't imagine us going through winter recess if this is still 20%, if they're still around. But the issue is if you get rid of them, then you have to go back to the old system, and that's going to take a couple weeks. So it's not really a good situation at all. Yes, you had your hand up.
Yes, I have a question about homecoming. I was heard it changed from Friday to Tuesday.
Yes, because it was, we had to change the class sponsor for 275, the seniors. So Mr. Horowitz has taken over the class with Mr. Giacomini. And it was not booked. So the venue that we always go to was not booked by the previous class sponsor. Therefore, we couldn't go there that night. So that's why we moved it to a Tuesday and made it earlier. Because we didn't want to cancel it altogether.
And that's at Romano's?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
So we made it, I think, believe it's 6 to 10, it's earlier, it used to be 7 to 11. We made it an hour earlier because it is a school night, but it's a half day the next day. It's the day before Thanksgiving break. So we figured we didn't want to end the tradition, we wanted to continue it, and we just had to make that change. And they already started selling tickets, I believe. So, and that's open to all classes. They sell them to seniors first, and then after that, I think there's 400 tickets total for the event. Pretty sure it's 400. Any other questions? Yes?
Is this an inappropriate place to ask questions about a particular teacher and his?
Yes. You can come see me after that.
Curriculum? I don't know where else to bring it up.
Well, we can talk. Okay. Thank you.